"Men's right is nothing more and women's right is nothing less." That was a quote from Women's Right by Susan Brower Anthony, and this is a stop-motion documentary about the trial. Anthony had been planning to vote long before. She would later state that, "I have been resolved for 3 years to vote on the first election when I had been home for 30 days. In 1873, Anthony attempted to vote at a presidential election. She and her two sisters entered a voter registration office register. As they entered, the woman saw stationed in the office 2 young men serving as registers. Anthony walked directly to the election inspectors. But sadly, the election inspector refused Anthony's request. After much argument, she then persisted, quoting the 14th Amendment, citizenship, and the article from the New York Constitution pertaining to voting which contained no sex qualification. Anthony gave the man an argument that she thought might catch their attention. "If you refuse us our right as citizens, I will bring charges against you in the criminal court, and I will sue each of you personally for large exemplary damages." Despite successfully registered as many declaration, she was arrested. She was charged, found guilty of a $100 fine. But she refused to pay this fine. She said, "I should never pay $1 of your unjust penalty." After being arrested, she began to give a speech on women's rights to vote. In this speech, she stated, "We formed the Constitution not to give the blessings of liberty, but to secure them. Not to have for ourselves, but to have the posterity to the whole people, women as well as men." Together with Elizabeth Stanton, they edited and published a women's newspaper, The Revolution. They formed the National Women's Suffrage Association and traveled over the country to promote women's rights. But she passed away on March 1906. She fought for 60 years and never saw a woman vote. Although she had passed on, her bravery and boldness was an inspiration to many women at that time. In 1920, the 19th Amendment was granted. But Susan B. Anthony was never forgotten for her astonishing part in the fight for women's rights. In 1979, she was honored by making Susan B. Anthony a dollar coin. In remembrance of her battle, with that, I end my documentary.